give our speakers due respect, please ensure mobiles and connected devices on silent. We do have a packed program, even though we start a bit of a delay. So without further ado, for the first session today, in this session, AIDAC Horizon Knowledge Forum, and followed by the awards, it's a privilege to welcome on stage partner R.S. Prabhu and Associates and Chairman Maharashtra Societies Welfare Association. He's going to talk about power of Rera, understanding and misunderstandings. Very important to know. Please put your hands together for Ramesh S. Prabhu.
Happy morning and welcome each one of you. At the outset, let me congratulate the event for organizing such a wonderful event under the guise of AIDAC. Now the topic given to me is power of Rera. I can only tell you at the outset that yes, Rera is one of the regulations which has come to give a development path. It is a real estate regulation and development. It is not only regulating but also it is talking about development. So the enough disruption has been done by demonetization, GST and also of course Rera. But all this disruption is now going to take a new path, and I would say that yes, in days to come the real estate has to grow and is in the growth path. No doubt, maybe last 5 years we have seen the real estate more or less stagnant. But let me tell you, with the changes that has happened, especially with the GST provision, where affordable housing is being given a very good boost with 1% GST, I think it's fantastic. Maybe there is no input credit. We were talking about service tax 4.5%. We were talking about 1% MVAT with 5.5% without any input credit. Whereas now it is affordable housing, again the price has been fixed, less than 45 lakhs, which means it's going to be a great boon for the affordable housing. The second, of course, the GST, as against earlier 12%, now it has been reduced to 5%, which is again a good path. So at least the customers are aware that only we have to pay the stamp duty and the GST of 5%. No doubt there is no need of any giving credit for input credit and other things. And I think it is a great move. One more aspect as far as GST is concerned, then I will definitely come to Rera, is related to the charging GST on development agreement. Development, transfer of development right, lease agreement. It has been made very clear that if there is a project where you are going to collect the GST in due course, so such development agreement or joint venture agreement or lease agreement, there will not be further GST, which means there is going to be an exemption. Of course, detail has to be worked out, but I think the GST Council is very clear that real estate needs boosting, and therefore there is enough relaxation as far as GST is concerned. Now I will come to the Rera. Why Rera has come in? As we are all aware, the developer was thinking that yes, there is a opportunity for us to gather more and more projects. So in the hurry to get more and more projects, what they used to do is, without analyzing as to what are the projects in the hand, when it is to be completed, but instead not to lose further opportunity as profit making, there was a lot of expectation and lot of work they used to take up. Now, not delivering what exactly has been promised. This naturally, especially in North, has created havoc, and that is where the Rera has come in. Now, having said Rera has come in, now let us understand the very vital part in this Rera. The first and foremost is, as and when you commit anybody that you are going to sell the product, it is available for sale, you need to have the necessary approval in place. If there is no approval in place, there is no title of the land, then you are not entitled to put it in the market. The moment you put it in the market, you are going to end up with a lot of issues. So I can only tell you that MahaRera has set an example. Now a cooperative housing society which thought that I should not register the project was slapped with 6 crore penalty. 6 crore penalty just because it has not been registered. And that too is 2% of the estimated cost of the project. So 300 crore was the estimated cost, 6 crore was levied, just meaning 2%. So we can understand the Rera is setting the trend that unless until there is a proper approval, there is unless until the proper registration with Rera, you are not entitled to sell the product in the market. Having said this, that's the first benchmark which otherwise earlier developer would prepare an MOU, they would prepare the sale plan and then start selling even without the approval. Now that has been stopped. The second most milestone which the Rera is trying to create is that once you commit that this is the day that I am going to give you the position of the flat to the customer in a registered agreement or in the website of Rera, then that day the project need to be delivered. If you do not deliver the project earlier, yes, section 8 of MOFA was saying the customer could walk out with 9% interest. But if it is delayed beyond the date of position and he wants to remain in the project, there was no enabling provision which will enable the customer to harp on the developer to pay certain compensation. Now under Rera section 18, the 12 what are called double-sided edges or double-sided sword has been given agent. What it means is if a customer wants to walk out of the project, if the committed date is not, on the committed date the position is not given, the customer can walk out and the developer is entire or rather duty bound to refund the money with the interest and also the compensation. Which means now the customer is going to put the money and he will get the fixed rate of return SBI plus 2%. That means if the project is not complete in time, he can walk out of the project. And I don't know how the developer will be able to bring the money, from where they will bring, because the money is already invested in the project. That is the way the law has been framed. Now the second thing is, in case the customer wants to continue in the project, yes, he is entitled to get the interest on the entire money that he has paid till the date of reaching the position. Which means if he has paid 80%, 90% on entire money till the position is given, he is supposed to get the interest on monthly basis. And this has been very much settled, and the High Court also has ruled in favor of the customer. And that is why I am saying the commitment that the position on a particular date that we have committed, you have to deliver. The third and most important aspect, when the customer is booking a flat, the developer has prepared the plan, it is approved, and the available FSI, TDR, everything has been worked out. Having disclosed to the Rera and the customers at large that this is how the project is going to happen, and if there is any changes in the plan and you want to get the changes done, naturally 2/3 allottees need to give the consent. If the 2/3 allottees do not give the consent, that means you are not entitled to make any amendment in the plan. You cannot add a single square foot addition to what has been approved. So therefore, this is another stumbling block for the developer. I would say once you set up your mind, then you need to get into it. Now the third and most important, how the customers also is empowered. Now when we talk about customer is empowered, to that extent, the developer's obligation to fulfill that commitment also comes there. The transparency comes in. Once the transparency comes in, there will be efficiency which will be there. And the developer will have to work out the stage-wise planning. To put it straight, the moment the customer pays more than 10%, the land cost could be more than 50% in cities like Mumbai or MMR region. But the moment he pays more than 10%, you are required to register an agreement, a registered agreement. And once you register the agreement, title of the land and the building to that extent gets transferred to the customer only by paying 10%, which means you will not, the builder will not be able to misbehave with the customer. So with this, once the agreement is registered, In order to cancel, of course, the customer need to come in, the authority need to pass the order, and due diligence, that means due process of law need to be adopted. The next very important safeguard which is given is the developer is not permitted to diversify the fund. What used to happen earlier is, if you get certain sale proceeds, no doubt instead of investing in the same project, the developer would look into another avenue where he would diversify the fund. I'm not saying that that is wrong. What I'm saying is, once the fund has been taken for a particular project, if that is put in that same project, naturally that will see the light of the day, and that will get the commitment or the fulfillment, whatever you have agreed. But the moment you start diversifying the fund, it becomes very difficult task for completing the project, and therefore I'm saying this is another benchmark which has been created, that any money that comes need to be put in the Rera designated account, and thereafter 70% need to be utilized only for that project towards the land and construction cost, and that too 3 professional certificate need to be obtained. That means it is completely guarded. What it means all about? That means now the developer is not made accountable only to the customer, he is made accountable to the Rera authority. There is an authority which is created, you are accountable. And on the quarterly basis, we are required to give the update as to how many bookings have been done, how much construction has been completed, how much money has gone in. All these update on quarterly basis need to be given. So now the developer is made accountable and responsible, and it is now available on the public domain. And the next, the quick and easy redressal. See, any dispute, if this can be redressed as early as possible, it gives more clarity to both the parties involved in the dispute. So now there is a quick dispute redressal, wherein there is a Rera authority which will do within 60 days, and thereafter appellate tribunal which is also set in Maharashtra within 60 days, which means only if there is a law of what is known as the question of law, that will go in the High Court. Otherwise, it gets settled at the level of the Rera and Rera Appellate Tribunal. So it does not go in the High Court also. Few judgments which I think need to be highlighted. One is of Neel Kamal, which I think everybody is aware, where entire sections of all 92 sections of Real Estate Regulation and Development Act was challenged, and Honorable High Court within 15 days of conducting continuous hearing gave a verdict that entire the provisions of Rera is constitutionally valid, and that is how it has been settled from 6th December 2017. Almost India, everywhere except we know West Bengal, other than West Bengal, every state and union territory has implemented Rera, and now this has become a law of the land. As we are aware that any regulation which has come in any sector, whether it is telecom, whether it is electricity, whether it is insurance, whether it is any place, any sector where there is a regulatory regime has come in, that has disturbed initially maybe for 2 to 3 years or maybe maximum 5 years, but thereafter it has taken a maximum boost. Now I would like to tell you that so far Real Estate Investment Trust was never and ever, though planned for a long time, it did not come in place. Now REIT is going to come in. Blackstone, you may be aware, they are already in the launching of one real estate fund, that is a Real Estate Investment Trust. Now the investments will come through a mutual fund. Now the investor will not come directly because they are not in a position to pay GST, they are not in a position to pay the stamp duty registration, which otherwise the investor used to come directly to the real estate market. Now they will come through the various real estate fund, or maybe real estate investment trust, or through the mutual fund, or through the institutions. So therefore, once the institutions start pumping in money, and we know that this is a sector which is going to take a good shape, and genuine buyers, no investors but genuine buyers start investing in the real estate, I think this market is going to settle nicely, and I would only say that it is going to boost it. Initial disruption is created, but now the days are there where we will have lot of funds coming from foreign, maybe external borrowings will happen, the various laws are settled, and we all know in ease of doing business, even the competent authorities will definitely give required transparency and the approval will be in time, and I think real estate is going to make wonders. Now, to say few things, yes, the real estate, not only the promoters are made accountable, even the professionals who are involved in the implementation of the real estate project now made accountable. I will give you a classic example of a case law related to Sea Princess Realty, which is of Andheri. Many of you may be knowing around 350 flats project, where the position was supposed to be given by 31st December 2016, and Rera came in on 1st May 2017. People were not received the position, they did not receive the position. 17, 18 allottees filed an application before MahaRera. The decision came somewhere in December. Prior to 1 month of that, the OC was issued. Real estate developer said OC has now come, so therefore there is no need of paying interest for the delayed position. MahaRera gave a verdict that yes, it is 1 year delay, so 6 months let the customer give up, 6 months you give up, so that 6 months interest for the allottees who have come, you pay the interest. And the allottees were saying the project is not complete, OC has been wrongly obtained in a hurry without completing the project, and the architect has given a wrong certificate of completion. Matter traveled to MahaRera Appellate Tribunal. What happened in the Appellate Tribunal? Appellate Tribunal decided that yes, look at the audacity, this is the word used in the MahaRera Appellate Tribunal, look at the audacity of the developer to come to us asking for additional 6 months concession when 6 months concession is already given. So the 6 months concession given by MahaRera was set aside and entire 1 year interest was asked to be paid. The second is the joint inspection was ordered, and in the joint inspection ordered by the Appellate Tribunal, it was revealed that the work is not complete in all respect. Architect has given a wrong certificate. What MahaRera Appellate Tribunal directed to MahaRera said, initiate an action against the architect for giving an incomplete or a wrong certificate. No doubt Architect Association went to Municipal Commissioner heard and said, yes, the engineer who are involved in giving a wrong OC also should be initiated action. So cascading effect started even on the engineers of the MCGM. Matter went to High Court. What High Court said? High Court said the facts are now settled before two authorities, so we will not interfere in the judgment of Appellate Tribunal. And the actions are initiated against the architect, who is involved in giving a certificate. According to him, the work is completed, but it was not completed to the full extent. So therefore, I am saying now the authorities are also making professionals accountable and responsible. Now, second and most important, one more judgment which is also very important judgment. Lavasa, you may be aware, Lavasa started, agreeing or giving agreement saying that 999 years lease of the flat and the land to the flat buyer. So the flat was not sold on the basis of agreement to sell, it was sold on the basis of agreement to lease. Lease for how many years? 999 years. MahaRera said, yes, lease is not covered under Rera, therefore it is not coming under Rera. The matter went to Appellate Tribunal. Appellate Tribunal said, no, it is a long lease. 999 years means 9 times building can be constructed. So it cannot be said that such agreement can be made. It is something wrong, and therefore it is a long lease is nothing but a sale. Matter went to High Court, and the High Court, what I am saying is High Court within 2 or 3 years decided nothing doing, it is long lease, and therefore it is an agreement for sale, it is applicable. So the Rera is applicable. So therefore, if the developers start twisting here and there, it does not have any effect because the law is getting settled. Lot of Appellate Tribunal orders are passed and interest are being given for an ongoing project, and I would only say that we need to be more careful. Now the era of management means managing the law, managing the authorities, taking granted of the customers is gone. Now if we are committing anything, we have to commit as per the law. And there is somebody called Real Estate Regulatory Authority, there is an appellate tribunal who will definitely keep a watch on us. And most importantly, the Rera, not only after getting 10% of the booking amount, you have to register the agreement. It says the moment you sell more than 50%, you have to facilitate a formation of what? Association of allotee. For what? You are creating an association of allotee, making them to come together, and collectively they can make you to enforce certain things which they have demanded. Which means now the accountability has gone up, responsibility has gone up. And therefore, my submission is that let us not take law lightly. Let us facilitate the law to settle in a greater extent, and let us abide by this. And I would tell you, the unscrupulous people who had entered in the market, any Tom and Dick would come in the market and spoil the real estate developer's name and the industry itself. Now I think the era has come in where everyone will be proud of becoming a developer, and everybody will be proud of giving a dream home to the customer. I think this is a great thing which the government has done. Let us salute and let us be proud of this regulation. Thank you very much.